We have a very important topic to share again. The spirituality that controls our physical world. The power in our spoken mouth. Commanding our days. Commanding your days. Commanding your weeks. Commanding your months. Commanding everything you wish to happen in your life. Whatever name you give your child, and that is the name you are going to be calling that child until she grow, even when she got married. Until eternity, the name you gave your child when she or he was small at the naming day, that is the name you keep calling that child. You choose that name by yourself to give that child. Most especially positive name. Because nobody will want to give a child or children negative names. That is a spiritual command. You command that name and give it to that child. You wish him good by giving him or her a positive name. I want you tonight or this hour to give yourself a better command, your days, to give yourself a better wishes. That positive name you gave to your child, you gave to that person you love, is a command, is a wish. Today we are sharing how you can command your days, or advising you or discussing with you to command your days, because it has power. There is power in our spoken mouth. Why are you not commanding your days? Since you can command the name you gave your child and keep calling that child that name. As you can never stop calling that child that particular name you gave to that child, I want you to keep commanding your days the way you keep calling that child that name. Most name we give to our children, most name people give to people, the name leads them in the spirit world. When you give somebody a positive name and keep calling that person that name, everybody keep calling the person that name. In the spirit world, the person bears the same name. That's why when the evil people want to operate, they ask you, what is the name of this person you bring to this kingdom? You mention the name, and they will use that name to bewitch or do evil against that person. And you will see it will begin to work. Because that's the names you call that person physically in this planet, and it answer. And the person answer. In the spiritual world, that name also follows the person. So make sure you give your child or anybody you want to give a name, you give that person a meaningful and a positive name. Don't just give names because you want to give. Because when that child grows, the energy of that name matters a lot. If the enemies can use our names in the spirit world for one bad energy or one manipulation or bad spiritual work, if the enemies can use people's name and it work against them, how come you cannot command your days? How come you cannot give yourself a better name and call yourself a better name day by day, and you see things changing for good? There are a lot of testimonies how people change their name when they begin to grow and find out that the name their parents gave them is no longer bringing good news to them. They change their name. The moment they change their name and people begin to call them that name, you will begin to see the energy of that name following that person. I want to encourage you to command your days. The way you give names, the way you answer your names, begin to give yourself a better name. When you wake up in the morning, tell your days how you want it to be. There shall not be accident today upon me and my household. In the afternoon, there shall not be accident. Give your afternoon name. Tell your afternoon what you want that afternoon to be. Commanding your days is telling your days how you want it to be. How you want your days to be. Say it repeatedly, the way you call names, the way you call your children or people you know their names. Give your days names. You can wake up in the morning and say, this Monday is a Monday of favor. Before the day break to another day, you make sure you call Monday of favor, up to 2 or 3 times. You have given Monday a name. On Tuesday, give your days. Give them names. Command them the way you want them to be and call them the names. Before the day break, give another positive name to another day. Practice this and you will see, the more you keep doing it, the more the spiritual world acknowledge it, and it will begin to happen for good for you. That is how names works. The name you give people on earth and they answer it. By the time they begin to grow in that name, the spirit world will begin to acknowledge it. That's why when you take someone's name to bad people, to evil spiritualists, you use that name to work against that person. Because the person grow with the name. The name have been in that person. So why not command and name your days? By the time you call your Monday favor Monday, miraculous Tuesday, angelic day, day of appointment and favors, give your days names. Day by day, give them names. Continue giving your days name, because the names you are carrying, that is your name, is a continuous process. People calls you that name. So keep calling your days the name you want to give your days, the names you want to give your weeks, the name you want to give your months. You can give your month's name is a month of favor, and you keep announcing it within you and outside you. The way you answer your name every day. Give your months the name. Months of favor, months of success. And you keep saying it. And you will see how things will begin to work for good for you. Thank you for subscribing to this channel. Share this voice, share this video to your friends. Let them know that as they are answering their names, they can also give their month's name, positive names to their weeks, to their days. It has energy. It has powers. The spiritual world also work with it. By the time you keep calling it, the months will grow together with it, and things will begin to work for good. Thank you for listening to me. May the Almighty acknowledge the words of our mouth, the positive one. Amen.